Time to take a look now at Godzilla vs. Kong. This was originally supposed to come out last year in 2020, about just under a year after Godzilla King of the Monsters. But this came out at the end of March in 2021. The video on demand, selected theatres, some cinemas and stuff like that. Let's just get on with the film. It's what it says on the tin. It's two kaiju titans face off against each other. Two famous ones at that. And, right, let's get right on with it. The monster action between Godzilla and Kong is amazing. Their fight is amped up. And the special effects, the CGI effects are amazing on these monsters. These kaiju monsters. This is the Blu-ray here, and I thought for the most part I enjoyed this film. It gets a bit slow around the middle sort of thing before the action starts picking back up again. We've got Millie Bobby Brown back in this, and a few characters from the last Godzilla film, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Don't forget we got Skull Island and the original Godzilla 2014 as well. The son of Sarazawa is back in this as well, and he's got control of the Ghidorah heads, which are telepathic, and they create Mechagodzilla. Spoiler there. Which brings me to the point here is Mechagodzilla, I just wasn't happy with the design. It reminded me too much of a Michael Bay Transformers. This is a good Transformers, by the way. And, by the way, Walking Dead as well. But that aside, this Mechagodzilla, which kind of comes up to around about the middle of the film, 3/4 into the film sort of thing, kind of takes everything by surprise. It kills off a skullcrawler. They've got the returning skullcrawlers back from the Kong Skull Island film from 2017. We've got war bats, we've got Hollow Earth, we've got Godzilla and Kong fighting on fighter ships and stuff like that. But just in general, this film was a lot of fun and general monster action. But I did not, personally, I did not like the design of the Mechagodzilla. Robot Godzilla? No, that's Mechagodzilla, as they say. It would have been better if it was a bit more of a sleeker design of the high seas design with the Millennium design sort of thing. But towards the end of the film, all three monsters clash. And this is what we've been waiting for. It does say one will fall. It's kind of false advertising. You can expect either Godzilla's going to win or Kong's going to win. So I'm giving away a few spoilers here, guys. Basically, towards the end of this film, Mechagodzilla is the bad guy, and he's absolutely creaming Godzilla. He's beating Godzilla up left, right and centre with these spinning kind of claw hands sort of thing, and they're fighting. Godzilla kind of beats Kong sort of thing, but they bring Kong back to life with a machine which they've been flying around in, the human characters sort of thing. They put it on Kong's heart sort of thing, his chest area, to resuscitate him after he's been beaten by Godzilla. Now just imagine if Godzilla went AWOL in this one, which he obviously does, but imagine if he went into burning mode, and if Godzilla went into burning mode in this version, like he did in Godzilla King of the Monsters, in Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and stuff like that, then Godzilla probably would have taken out Kong and probably Mechagodzilla. I just can't get to grips with this Mechagodzilla design. I'm sorry about this. It's not me trying to be negative towards it, but it does give you a good feel-good kind of ending sort of thing, where the two monsters, well, they defeat the Mechagodzilla between the two monsters as they team up. Kong and Godzilla team up against this evil Mechagodzilla, which is controlled by Sarazawa, Sarazawa's son. As we know, Sarazawa, his dad, his father, perished in Godzilla King of the Monsters as he sacrificed himself to bring Godzilla back to life. And there are plenty of special effects in this, plenty of human drama, and just lots of monster action just in general, guys. So what would I give this? I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. Personally, I prefer Godzilla King of the Monsters so far, but this could be considered more of a Kong film, a King Kong film. But it's not a bad film. I always say stuff like this. I don't like to criticise it because of the hard work that's obviously gone into these productions and trying to get Godzilla to the big mainstream screen sort of thing, which, you know, I do appreciate. And the monster fights with especially aboard the ship well, not the ships, the fighter ships at the beginning between Kong and Godzilla is just absolutely amazing. There's little monsters all spread out there as well, but they're just secondary players. Basically, it's the two alphas, the two kaiju titan alphas, Godzilla and Kong, are the ones left. They're the ones that are left standing to fight each other, basically, which sets up the premise of this film. This is a fun film, 7 out of 10, let down by a bit of a weak ending, I thought, but that's just my opinion at the end of the day about this Mechagodzilla design which they used in the film sort of thing. Maybe they didn't have the license to kind of like use the traditional Mechagodzilla design sort of thing. But they must have copyrighted the name or something like that and brought the name and stuff like that. The flying ship in this looks a bit like the Super X, which goes to Hollow Earth and places like that. And Kong's accomplished by like a team. There's a Team Godzilla, Team Kong sort of thing. Kong's team is this little girl, mute girl who can communicate and, you know, sign language with Kong and you know, thank you. I think that's right, guys. Hope I'm getting that right. And it's just a fun film, guys. Just watch it and like support Legendary Pictures, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers have given us this beautiful Blu-ray here. Over an hour's worth of exciting features, 10 features on the extra special features. Adam Wingard is the director who did the film You're Next from 2011. So, my look, King Kong versus Godzilla. Sorry, I should have said that wrong because it's not King Kong versus Godzilla. 1962 it was King Kong versus Godzilla. And where Kong swam away and both monsters kind of roar towards the end of the film in the Japanese version sort of thing. So kind of a tie sort of thing. This is kind of a tie as well, so it doesn't upset one fan base, it doesn't upset the other fan base, etc, etc. But just in general, a fun film. Go ahead and watch it. Godzilla fans probably will like it as well. And what does the future hold for the Monsterverse, which is this is part of? You know, we've got Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then we've got Godzilla vs Kong with talk of a son of Kong, but only a talk at this point in time, so take it with a pinch of kaiju salt for what's coming next. As I said, continue the Monsterverse. You got my permission. You don't need my permission. But the fans are calling out for it. Continue the Monsterverse. See you soon, guys. Take care. Stay positive. Peace. See you soon. Peace out.